Did you know? Books. As much as I love books, yesterday, a bank holiday in Britain, Mrs. Soup and I were merciless in choosing books which we want to get rid of from our library. We simply need to whittle it down somewhat. Now I know many of you will be thinking, what? Books? You can't get rid of books. You can never have too many books. However, we do have several good reasons for this document decimation. The first one being, of course, we don't want to be crushed to death by our own library. Secondly, we're both well aware of the folly of owning too many books. The Library of Alexandria famously burned to the ground, probably in several stages. The final and most devastating fire was probably set around AD 391. In other words, paper can be a fire hazard. Some of you may say, what about the Villa of the Papyri in Herculaneum? In AD 79, when Mount Vesuvius famously destroyed Pompeii, this library was preserved under 30 metres of volcanic ash. The papyri are still there to be read, slightly singed, but preserved. Well, that may be true, but that does require a volcanic eruption, which might make breathing a bit difficult. We love books, but not that much. No, it must be said, in this instance I am reminded of the British Museum, which until relatively recently housed many of the books from the British Library collection, including a rather vast selection of Mills and Boon titles. You see, they're legally obliged to keep a copy of all books printed in the United Kingdom. It is believed that many of these were stored in the Arched Room in the British Museum, but they were eventually moved in order to make room for an excellent cuneiform clay tablet collection. Now, while none of our books are Mills and Boon, we are nonetheless making room for a good reason. Good things are on the horizon. That said, I'm always reminded when I see how many books we have, of just how lucky we are. Today, books are easily accessible, and we don't have to toil for years to create a book, just to share information. If you have books, you truly are very fortunate.